How exhausting is it trying to keep up text conversation with men who are lazy, non-responsive, or not investing in you? If you hate that, this is the video for you. To celebrate 2 new chapters of my book, Messaging Magic, now released, you can check it out in the description. I'm going to be sharing with you some amazing messaging hacks that I've got some phenomenal testimonials on and that have totally shifted the way guys have invested in my clients over text. I'll see you right after this. I'm consistently amazed at how many amazing, interesting, incredible women with so much to offer men manage to make themselves sound so boring over text message. Now, before we get into this video is a celebration of the 2 new chapters of one of my favorite publications ever, to be honest, Messaging Magic. It is available from the link in the description with a whole bunch of other bonuses, over 100 pages. 100 pages, took me a long time to write this thing, of the best texting advice you'll ever find. Everything from emoji specific advice to every situation you can imagine, how to text, how to bring across the right energy. Literally, if you can't text with this book, you're like a zombie or something. If you read this book, you'll be an amazing texter. So check it out, the link is in the description. Okay, so let's get to the core of the issue of how so many amazing, incredible women manage to make themselves sound so boring over text. The core of the issue is this: it's believing a myth. And the myth is that people get to know one another by asking questions. Now, don't get me wrong, if you're in a long-term marriage, if you're sitting on the couch with your friend, if you're hanging out with someone you know a long time, questions are amazing to get to know someone. They allow you to go deeper in specific areas. They allow you to kind of hit points that might have been missed in general conversation. Questions are phenomenal when they're in the right situation. But if you get to know someone using questions, your conversations are going to fall flat. Let me give you an example with good old Stacey. It's been a while since she's been on the channel. I'm going to give you an example with Stacey trying to pick up Matt in a bar to show you what I mean. Hello.
How you going?
I'm Stacey. Nice to meet you.
Matt.
What's your name? Matt. Nice to meet you, Matt. What brings you here tonight, Matt?
I'm just here with a couple of friends. They're just sitting over there. Yeah, that's...
And how do you know them?
I've known them for a couple of years. Some friends I studied with.
Right. Yeah. You studied?
Yeah.
What did you study?
Yeah, I studied psychology.
Have you always been into psychology?
Not really. Just when I just sort of had a few friends that were studying it, and I just thought it'd be interesting.
Right. Right. What made you inspired to go in? Your friends were doing it. I'm going to pause this conversation here because poor Maddie, for the love of God, needs saving from Stacey right now. She is so boring. And Maddie is thinking, how do I get away from this girl? I've never met anyone so uninteresting in my life. Now, did you notice that? Number 1, Stacey's constant questions made her seem lazy in the conversation. She was asking Matt to do all the effort. She was asking all the questions. Matt was doing all the work. Number 2, they made her seem boring. And finally, number 3, Stacey's questions made her seem overinvested and him underinvested in her. Yes, he was answering because he was doing the socially intelligent thing, but she was asking so much that it lowered her value compared to his. This is 3 very good reasons why constant questions cause massive problems and make you seem like the boring, uninvested one in conversation. Now, let's compare this to when Stacey has a little bit of game.
Hey, nice shirt you've got there.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, no, I actually do really like this shirt, so I appreciate that. Yeah, I picked it up it's actually a funny story. I was in the last flight basically before COVID hit. We were over in New York and we had to get out of there. We were leaving about the same time, but we had to get out of there about that time. And yeah, I was shopping on the last day and noticed it and was like, I really like that shirt. I rate that shirt. And yeah, here we are. Let us do this moment today and me wearing this shirt.
Oh. Oh, that's amazing actually. New York's got some good finds. The last time I was there, I definitely didn't get any clothes, but I just remember like my biggest memory of New York was that we got there and it just started snowing. And it was my first time ever being in a city and it just started snowing out of nowhere. And the friend that I was with, it was the first time that he had ever seen snow. Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny you say the first time I went to New York, Same freaking thing.
You're
It was the first
joking.
time. Yeah, we were in the apartment at the time, and it was the first time ever seen snow. I was like, oh my god, I'm in America, and I'm seeing snow for the first time. It's so Aussie. Like I've been in the heat, Queensland, all my life.
You have to go skiing or snowboarding, whatever's your fancy. Snowboarding, skiing is the best thing in the entire world. I did, like you said, water sports. I did a lot of
heard it's pretty
wakeboarding for a
hard.
bit. Oh, it is so hard. I just am black and blue, full of bruises. Like that was my entire first 2 months of wakeboarding. I just hurt myself non-stop.
I've hurt myself a couple of times recently. I hurt myself. Have you ever done indoor flying, or have you ever seen they have the wind tunnels? And,
Oh, yeah.
Hurt myself in there recently. In the tunnel, anytime you want to do something, you do the opposite. It's very odd. So if you want to walk forwards, you kind of go backwards.
Okay, I know that role play was a little different, but I hope it demonstrates that when two people are getting to know each other, especially two new people, it happens not by asking questions, but by sharing statements. When you make a statement, I listen to that and I think of how that relates to me. This is why people with a lot more, say people who have traveled a lot, because of their range of experiences, the reason they seem interesting is because they have an easier time taking statements from a random person and then literally relating to them with a story about themselves. Statements are how we relate to each other. And the more you can make a statement about yourself relating to what the guy has said, the more interesting you're going to seem. So how does this relate to texting? Well, let me explain if you're not following yet. This is a role play I did with a client. And I said, we're gonna role play Bumble, so you're gonna message me first, I'm gonna be the man, and I sent her a fake profile. I sent her one of my profiles so that she could respond to me. And this was what she wrote. Her first text: you had a sunny day in London. Lucky you. Mark's first response: yes, we were there in the summer. Such a great day. 2 heart eye emojis. Client: that's great. What was the highlight of your trip? Mark's response: we went to Tomorrowland. OMFG, so good. You into EDM at all? Client: not yet, but what do you recommend? Maybe I could try dipping my toe and see if I like it. Now let's freeze here. Notice we're already 2.5 exchanges in. She's already sent 3 messages, he's sent 2. So we're 2.5 exchanges in. And if we break this down and have an actual look at what's happened here, notice that he has said 3 things about himself. He said that he was there in the summer and had a great day. He said that he went to Tomorrowland, and he said something about EDM. So he shared 3 statements. Now let's look at hers. She's spoken 3 times. At the moment, she's made a comment about him. She asked a question about his trip, and she asked a question about EDM and what he recommends. He has shared 3 statements in only 2 speech bubbles. She has shared 0 statements in 3. This makes her seem really boring, right? He has nothing to grab onto. He has nothing to relate to. He has no reason to invest in her because there's nothing to grab onto. There's nothing exciting that she has said. He's given some investment and got nothing back. Why would he continue to respond? Now let's look at another example. This is a client role play as well. She says, first message, Bumble, loving the shorts, but did you manage to meet the Queen? What are you saying about my shorts? I did not. I couldn't even break into other areas of the castle. So this related to a photo around Buckingham Palace. She responds, well, I don't think shorts are an acceptable outfit to meet the Queen, Her Royal Highness, but I think you look great. He says, why, thank you. How's your day going? She says, my day is very good, a very productive day, especially being a Monday. Who doesn't love Mondays? Have you had a good day? I have. Got my car tire fixed after I lost it on the weekend. Also had 3 lovely clients today, so that's been good. She says, OMG, cars, you reminded me of the time a wheel from my car took over me on the motorway. You sound like you have an interesting job. He says, oh Jesus, that's not a good sign when you see your own wheel rolling past you. Yes, I work with clients as a life coach. It's freaking incredible. She says, hopefully never to be repeated. OMG, that would be such an amazing job to do, helping people be the best they can be. Do you do mates rates? And he responds with yes. It's actually so incredible. I get to work from home, I get to travel, help people get over their fears and kick butt at life. I'm actually so grateful for it. Now, what do you think of this whole conversation? Seems pretty good. When I ask clients about this conversation, they usually say something like, look, she brings a pretty good energy. I think that's a pretty good conversation. It's not horrible, but let me point something interesting out to you. Let's have a look at her statements. Hopefully, Maddie will be able to zoom in on these. If we look at what she's said, notice that of her 5 speech bubbles, 4 of them end in a question, and 1 of them ends in a compliment. Interesting, right? And if we look at his, 4 of his end with a statement and 1 ends with a question. Who has more investment in this conversation? She's way over investing in him. He's speaking about himself, and thus he's going to feel like he's the higher value one in the conversation. Because she hasn't spent as much time talking about herself, she told one story, but otherwise all she's really done is ask questions and said, how about Mondays, right? Hey, Mondays. She hasn't really shared anything unique. Whereas he has shared unique thing after unique thing in every response. This makes a difference. This makes a real difference. In this conversation, even though it seems like it has a great energy, she's actually right over invested in him. She's not making enough statements about herself. And I can pretty much guarantee this guy's about to get bored and go and text a woman who he perceives as more interesting. Now let's have a look at a very simple example where a client gets it spot on. She opens with, hey, cute cat, comment. He says, all right, I'm such an obsessive cat dad, don't judge. She says, so long as you don't judge me for being a crazy dog woman. Boom, statement about herself, no question. He says, okay, that's fair, how's your day? Now he's investing in her. She says, I had a wonderful day. I had a run in the park, I worked up an appetite, came home and made a lentil curry. Boom, statement, statement, statement. HBU, how about you at the end? Just a little question. He says, oh, hell yeah. I'm not gonna lie, I don't really know what lentils are, but that sounds delightful. And yeah, good also. I'm working from home right now. I've got a weight session happening. I need to learn me some of these cooking skills. Statement, 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 statement. We're into conversation, and within a few more exchanges, I'm pleased to say that this guy had asked for her number and set a time to call her. This is all it takes. Within 4 to 10 exchanges, I'm telling clients they want to be getting the guy to call them and getting off text. It can happen quickly, but it's only going to happen if you statement share. Just like in a bar, as Stacey bravely demonstrated, when you're making statements and sharing, men are going to come towards you because they have something to grab onto. They have something to get to know about you. Whereas if you're asking all the questions and investing in them, there's not as much for them to grab, and you're not going to seem as interesting as you are. Now, I know what you're probably thinking. You're thinking, Mark, wait a minute, Mark, you hold up there. I make statements, I seem interesting, and then I meet these guys who are boring and give me nothing back. I don't want to be making statements over and over again and being interesting to men who are boring. Well, I agree. Here's what would happen if that happened in a bar in real life. Oh my God, I am having the best bloody night. I don't know your name, but how are you? I'm Stacey, nice to meet you.
I'm Matt.
Oh, good to meet you, Matt. How's your night going?
It's good. It's pretty good. And how's yours?
My night is bloody fantastic. Thank you for asking. I went on the best walk today. Best walk. I own this really cute cat, her name is Lucy, and I got to catch up with my friend that I haven't seen 4 years. I haven't seen my friend for.
That's exciting.
Oh, so good.
Where did you meet your friend?
I met her in Brazil. We were on this amazing trip actually. It was really, really cool. We went over to Brazil, we did these things. I was there for 3 weeks, made all these friends, and she happened to live in the same suburb. What are the odds?
Oh, wow.
What are the odds?
That's amazing. Did you go anywhere after Brazil?
Yeah, we went around to Europe. We went to different places. We went to Vienna actually, which was really beautiful. It was such a good trip.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. Are you planning on going away again anytime soon?
Oh, this is the most boring guy I've ever met in my life. Yeah, we've got another holiday planned soon. You have a good night, bye! Within 3 exchanges, that's less than 30 seconds, Stacey was out of there and away from that boring guy. That is how you want to be online. Don't beat a dead horse, don't even go near an injured one. Just focus on the people who are giving you the energy back, and if they are not, whoosh, go to the next person. That is how to text to get guys to instantly invest and interact with you. And if you enjoyed this video, get messaging magic. You're going to enjoy that even more. The energy you share online, the text messages you send, unfortunately, they do represent you. And if you're doing them wrong and you're not representing yourself in your best light, just the nature of text means that guys are going to go and message other women. So represent yourself in the way you deserve, at your best, using text. And don't forget, you can get messaging magic if you want more help with that from the description. If you have questions, leave them below. Hashtag Ask Mark. Put texting questions below as well. Pop them in the comments. I'll get to them in the next Ask Mark. Thanks again for watching. Hit the subscribe with the little bell. You have to hit the bell so you get the notifications. And I'll see you in the next video very soon.
Can we touch on like just like a general one is like traveling. That always seems to be the one that comes up in a conversation.
Korea. You're good at talking about Korea.
Yeah. Let's do Korea. I mean, you could just bang it. We could crack on about movies. A lot of people know movies. It's a simple one. Oh yeah, you're the worst person to talk to about that.
So what else do you do with yourself? Jamea's on holidays.
I know.
It's the best we can do.
Jamea, please
Where
come back.
are you?
Jesus Christ, this is the most boring guy I've ever met in my life. Jesus, this is the most boring guy I've ever met in my life.
Did you get the free drinks on the way out?
I did get one actually, but it was my friend's that she bought.
Oh, okay.
So it was still worth it.
Yeah, that's fair
It was
enough.
still a very positive experience.
I guess if you're doing a fashion shoot, you don't want to, you know.
Look, I'd like to think that one drink, I'd be okay, Matthew. What are you saying about me? It's around.
So we're like the opposite.
Yeah.
We're never gonna work.
Never. Never.